On today's video, we're taking a look at another club from a manufacturer that I admire because they provide budget equipment that is right up there with the top in terms of quality. Today, we're looking at the all-new C725 driver that just was released. I think this thing could be the perfect driver. In fact, I've only found one fault with it. If you saw my review of the E725, you know that I loved that driver. The first 4K driver that is somewhat affordable, about $200 less than the Ping that came out last year. That is a massive win, and this driver also priced at the same $399, which I think is very fair for a premium driver these days. We will be testing it out here at Carrollwood Country Club. We're gonna hit some shots and see what this thing can do. First, let's turn it around and take a look at the technology inside. All right, taking a look at this one, just like the E725, this has a beautiful matte finish. You got the carbon fiber look there. You're missing the ridge that runs through the middle that we've seen for years on the Tour Edge, but they are giving you ridge back technology all the way at the back around this driver. Now, this is not really a teardrop shape. I'd say it's more pyramidal, which is interesting. Very similar actually in terms of looks to the E725. The face extremely deep on this one, maybe not as long from toe to heel. They're assuming that a better ball striker is going to make more center contact more often. For the first time, we've got 3D diamond face. We've seen diamond face, but this 3D, they liken it to basically little trampolines inside of this face to give you forgiveness on those off-center hits. It's variable thickness. You've got a tungsten weight here towards the face. You've got another one that's a sliding weight back here that can help you promote a draw or a fade depending on your desired shot shape. Nice to see that in, again, kind of a pro model. We generally don't have quite as much adjustability with pro model drivers. Here, I don't know if you can see this, but there's a bit of a slot running through just past the face of this driver. They're calling that a power channel, which is going to give this extra flex. Again, this is meant to give you a little bit more give and promote a little bit faster ball speed. We'll see how far this thing can fly very soon here. I've got this paired with what they consider to be the stock shaft for this one. This is a black, hazardous 60-gram stiff shaft. Let's give it a shot and see what it can do. I've got my Garmin G80 here to give us a little launch data as well as accurate GPS distances. It comes from playbetter.com where I get all my golf technology. I'll leave a link to it down below. First shot here. Wow. Expected a little bit of a draw. Again, very straight shot, similar to the E725. Club head speed 104, ball speed 151, smash 146. I did hit that in the middle. It's pushed off to the right because, again, expected more of a draw I didn't get. And the estimated carry, 247. Shot 2. Wow, that is so darn straight. I'm glad I made the adjustment. I might have drove into the group in front of me because that went a long way. 103 club head speed, ball speed 151 again, smash 146. Estimated carry 246. Boy, those were two very straight drives. Shot 3 here. Again, dead straight. A little higher trajectory there. The first two were kind of on the low side. I think it's this shaft. Club head speed 103, ball speed 148, smash 144, estimated carry 240. Let's go find out where they landed. A couple early things to note here with this one. The sound is a little higher pitched than the E725. In fact, let's say significantly higher pitched than the E version. That's interesting. I really liked the thuddy sound, very reminiscent of my Ping 10K. Not, you know, completely thuddy like a Titleist or a TaylorMade sound, but a little bit more on the thuddy side. Where this is definitely more on the tingy side, and pretty close to probably the C722, was it? I get that sound out of this driver, so maybe not the most pleasant sound, I'll say for sure. But it's all about the results, and that was extremely, extremely straight ball flight right there out of those 3 shots. After I made that adjustment, we were able to hit the fairway dead center. Let's see how far it went though. All right, we've got one here in the right rough. We've got 2 more over there in the fairway. Let's see what we got here. This is not gonna have a lot of roll on it because we're in the rough. 254, still very good shot. But making that adjustment, we hit the fairway. And when we did, by the way, this being a low spin model, I saw that ball really hit the fairway and take off. So I think these ones are gonna be pretty darn long. Let's check out the distance here. I will say this is what you could throw a blanket over these 2 balls. And this is some nice distance here, 268. Again, morning here in Carrollwood, you can see the grass that this ball's picked up. The dew's starting to clear a little bit, but it's still here. Here's our best one at 270 on the button. That is fantastic for distance. Now, one thing the E725 lacked just a tad was distance. Not by much, and it's definitely made up for that distance loss with extreme forgiveness. But what's incredible here with the C725 is that those two balls, like I said, throw a blanket over them, they were dead straight, and this ball over here was dead straight as well. Just, I was expecting it to draw and it didn't. So can we get similar results to that 10K driver, but also sneak out a little extra distance? If so, we might have the driver of the year on our hands, but I don't want to speak too soon. Next up is the forgiveness test. I'm going to try to hit one low off the face, try to hit one off the toe, try to hit one off the heel. Let's see how this thing performs. Now, I've played this hazardous black shaft. The first time I ever did was with the Rad Speed. I remember that very distinctly, and I lost a little distance with the Rad Speed because I was getting a little lower ball flight. That's what I'm getting also out of this black shaft. So with the shaft fitted to me, I think we could have snuck out 280 there. That trajectory was very, very low, but it does make up for it with that low spin. You're getting a lot of roll forward. So depends on the conditions you're playing. I'll be going to Scotland very soon. This could be a perfect drive to keep it under the wind, for instance, with this shaft, at least. So what I will try, actually, is swapping the shaft from the E model into this one and swapping this into the E model to see if we get a little less spin. We were getting too much with that driver. So you could have a perfect combination, and both of these shafts can be had by Tour Edge Exotics. You can decide which one you want, but these were just the recommended ones they sent me. We'll be testing that on the channel, so do make sure that you're subscribed so you don't miss any videos we create. That one hit low on the face, but again, just absolutely dead straight down the middle. Little low, little heel side, great result. Smash factor still up there, very high. Club at speed 102, ball speed 149, smash 146, estimated carry 242. I'll take that one all day long, right down the middle. Let's see if I can hit one off the toe here. Yes, I did. And you can see it's got a lot more draw there off that toe strike, but still, it's not snap hooking on me. That's really amazing to see, and that got a ton of roll. I could see it bounding down the fairway there. Club head speed 102, ball speed 147, smash 145, off a toe hit, by the way. Very good number. Estimated carry 237. I'm gonna move the ball to hopefully promote more of a heel strike here, and let's see what happens. All right, that one I basically smothered, so we'll chalk that up to a really bad swing. It's still bounding down the left rough though. Club head speed was 101, ball speed 141, smash 140, estimated carry 222. Definitely trying to over exaggerate the misses there. 2 out of 3 of those, really good. Third one, probably not as bad as I deserved. Let's go find out where they finished. So forgiveness wise, this one looking right up there with the E725. Really nice to see. Let's measure them. All right, here's that third one. Just a god-awful strike. 211 over here in the left rough. Not as bad as it could have been, to be quite honest. To get 211 yards off that type of strike, not bad at all. I have a very small window here to get through though. These two up here are quite frankly shocking. Just like that first hole where I could throw a blanket over those two. It's not quite blank distance, but these are right next to each other for two completely different spots on the club face where they were hit. Look at this. One right here, one right over there. And the distance, that is impressive. 262 off the low strike. Incredible. But what might be even more incredible here is this one. Off the toe, 272. Like I said, that thing was bounding down the fairway. Wow, those two were so very straight. That is impressive. Impressive. And I'm still not even getting the peak height that I'd really like to see. Like I said, a different shaft might even do me better. But impressive nonetheless right now from this driver. We're gonna move on to the workability test. Can we move it left and right on command and adjust our trajectory? That's what good players need. Good players would be playing the C model, so let's see what it can do. What I'm gonna do here is open my stance up, take more of an outside in swing, see if we can move this ball left to right. I'm looking at the tree line basically. That's my aim point, so it's gotta fade. And that is a nice little butter cut right there. Nothing too exaggerated, but really what I like to see personally. Let's try that again. Oh, right at the end, we got the movement. It's just gonna be right of that tree line. At first I thought we were going in the trees. So you are able to work the ball, which is nice to see. It's not gonna be crazy workability, doesn't look like, but that's just fine. Now, I'm gonna try one more shot here, which is kind of a low slinger. This is the shot I use on my trips to the UK, where we gotta keep it under the wind. Let's see if we can turn it right to left. We did, but again, very gently. So you'll get some workability out on this one, but again, I think the major selling point of this driver is going to be distance and straight ball flight. All right, in just a moment, I'm gonna rank this driver on our 5 criteria and give it a score. Before I do that though, I have switched to the Denali 60-gram stiff shaft. This was what was in the E725, and that's what they recommend. I wanna see if we can get a little bit more spin, a little bit higher trajectory, and how that affects things. I think this will be a fun test. I'll tell you what, that was hit, again, heel side, and just incredibly straight. I did like that it got up in the air a little higher. Not a good strike at all though. Club head speed 102, ball speed 142, smash 139, estimated carry 224. But that again is in the middle of the fairway, and it's probably, you know, a decent way down there. Shot 2. That was more center. Again, very similar line, maybe just slightly right of that first one. That I could see actually hit the cart path that comes across the fairway here, so we're probably gonna have to throw that one out, unfortunately. Again, nice straight ball flight. Again, off the toe and in almost the exact same direction as the other ones. Club head speed 104, ball speed 144, smash 138, estimated carry 229. Again, what is crystal clear to me is this is maybe one of the straightest, most consistent drivers I've ever tried. And I think it even could be better than the E725, which is insane. But it's extremely forgiving, and you're gonna get that little extra distance. So let's go ahead and rank this club. In terms of distance, I'm giving it a full 5 out of 5. This is right up there with all of the longest drivers I've tested on this show. In terms of forgiveness, it is at least a 5 out of 5. I mean, I can't go higher than that on my scale, but if I could, I'd give it a 6 out of 5. Anywhere you hit it on the face, the 3D diamond face technology comes through. All of the technology built into this thing is shining through. When it comes to workability, not gonna be as workable as some. I would say this is slightly more workable than the E725 model though. I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 5. In terms of looks, feel, sound, well, I love the looks. They're right up there with some of the best I've ever seen. It looks premium, does not look budget in any ways. In terms of feel, love that you can sense exactly where you hit the ball on the club face. The only place this is lacking, and maybe the only negative of this entire driver, is the sound for me. For that reason, I'm gonna give it 4.5 out of 5 stars. But if that is the worst this driver can do, that is not a bad thing. In terms of value, at $399, about $200 less than most of the big names out there, with a premium shaft, all that adjustability built in, you've got an incredibly valuable package. In my opinion, I'm gonna give it a full 5 out of 5. Total score for this is a monster one. 94 points is what I'm going to rank the Tour Edge C725. This thing is a beast and should absolutely be on your list if you're looking for a premium driver that is super straight and uber forgiving. Hope you enjoyed this one. Check out my review of the E725 if you haven't already. I'll catch you back here next time on another edition of Let's Play Through.